But the truth is very
When it
simple.
stops,
Before you know it,
press it again.
you discover that you are alone, and there are little people looking at you for school fees. And if you haven't prepared by taking some decisions at this stage, they will classify a bad farm. You will classify a bad one simply because you didn't make certain choices at this stage of your life. So let me ask again, how many of you hope to make a difference in this country when you are bigger? Thank you. Put your hand up. How many of you know that even now, as a child, you can make a difference in Nigeria? Let me see. Okay, put your hand up. Can somebody tell me ways in which he or she believes they can make a difference even now? If you believe you can make a difference even now, how can you make a difference now as a child? I can make a difference. I want you to talk about you. To what other people are saying yes to everything. What kinds of things will you say no to bad? Okay. Who else? Yes, sir.
I can make a difference by being a good citizen and by writing down the faults of the government and sending it to the press.
By writing down the fault of the government and sending it to the press, okay? And then the first thing you said, you can make a difference by being a good citizen. What does good citizen mean?
A good citizen of a country or state is a person that is loyal, honest, truthful, faithful, and obedient to the rules, laws, and regulations guiding
The land. Okay. Who else has something to say? Yes? Respecting your religion. Yes. Who else? Are those the only ways we can make a difference now? How many of you have... Okay, go. Drawing souls to the Lord. Yes. Thank you. Who else? Let me not ask the question, but how many of you know parents that are not doing the right thing? Not necessarily your parents, but you know some parents that are not doing the right thing. Do you think their children can affect them to do the right thing? Yes. There are many ways in which you can make it. You say, but I'm just 14 years old and I'm just a child. What difference can I make? There's a proverb that I like very much from the Englishman. That proverb says, little drops of water do what? Make the mighty ocean. Little drops. One of the things that fascinates me a lot in life is sometimes you see a tap that the head is back. So even when you lock the tap, one drop will be falling. Have you seen those type of taps? If you go and look where the water is falling, even if it's a rock, after a time, what happens? The water will start making a hole in the rock. But if you put your hand to collect that drop of water, you won't even feel it when it falls on your hand. And yet, because it's constantly dropping, it's digging a hole in the ground. It's making a difference. So even a drop of water can make a difference. Not to talk of a whole human being like you. Alright? What has happened to our country is that everybody is looking for a quick way to be big and rich. Everybody is looking for ways to cut corners so that they can be better than the neighbor. How many of you know that iron generator? Very small one. What do they call it? Why do they call it generator asthma? Do you understand? We shouldn't pay our lives competing with others. Something is wrong with the mind. We shouldn't live our lives. Can you hear me? Yeah. We shouldn't live our lives competing with others.
What would you say, my dear? What would you say?
The other one, baby.
Focusing on who we are and who we want to be. Do you understand? Praise God. This is the Bature something. So your life shouldn't be about, oh, what is my neighbor thinking? Oh, what are the other girls thinking about me? Oh, what are the boys saying about me? Another reason why our country has fallen into this kind of situation is, how many of you are evil here? You are Igbo, let me see, you are Igbo. Any Igbo person now, I'm not going to get you. But the Igbos call it feel belong. Have you heard that expression before? They say she wants to feel belong. Have you heard it before? No, you haven't. That's the person who has seen it. But outside they say you want to feel belong. That means you want to be accepted in the crowd. Now that thing about wanting to be accepted is what makes a lot of young people fall into trouble. That is what we call peer pressure. All the happening girls in school have pierced their nose. And they are happy every day. I look at you. They are not in the clique, they are not in the happening group. And you are looking at them, they wear the best dresses in school, they have the best provision, everything. And you want to feel belong, then you need to go and pierce your nose. Without knowing that your skin cannot take that kind of treatment. So their own nose has healed. Your own for 2 years will refuse to heal because your skin does not want that kind of treatment. But because you want to feel belong, you are wounded yourself and you are going around with a issue instead of a healing. Do you understand? Little boys, you see these guys that are wearing their clothes under their butts, under their elbow, they say they are sagging. And it's all the hot boys in school that are doing it. And you look at it and they are calling you Kolo, and you don't want to be Kolo, so you start sagging. What you don't know that is that sagging is a culture of a cult in the US. It started in the US, in the prison. It's prisoners that wear it to identify their different gangs. So when you're wearing it here, you don't know that you are dressing like a prisoner. But because they are very look good, you also want to follow. I want us to look at this picture in Proverbs chapter 7. Proverbs chapter 7. Let's look from verse 6. Are you there? Proverbs chapter 7, verse 6. It says, once I was looking out the window of my house. If you can't find it, just listen. And I found many inexperienced young men. If you can't find it, just listen. Alright, I want you to hear. If you can't find it, just cool down, listen. Once I was looking out the window of my house and I saw many inexperienced young men. But I noticed one foolish fellow in particular. Now I want to read that scripture from the King James Version because I want you to notice something there that the King James says. It says, for at the window of my house I looked through my casement and beheld among the simple ones a young man, among the youth, a young man void of understanding. When they say you are void of understanding, what they are saying is that you don't have understanding. So, now that we have read that verse, I want to go back to verse 1 of this very chapter and we'll read it down because I want you to see something. My son, verse 1. Proverbs 7:1. My son, my daughter, keep my words and lay up my commandments with you. Keep my commandments and live, and my law as the apple of thine eye. Bind them upon thy fingers, write them upon the table of thine heart. Say unto wisdom, you are my sister, and call understanding your kinswoman, that is your relation, that they may keep thee from the strange woman, from the stranger which flattereth with her words. Verse 6, for at the window of my house I looked through my casement, and beheld among the simple ones, I discerned among the youths a young man void of understanding. What was he doing? Verse 8, he was passing through the street near her corner, and he went the way to her house. In the twilight, in the evening, in the black and dark night. And behold, there met him a woman with the attire of a harlot, a prostitute, and subtle of heart. She is loud and stubborn, her feet abide not in her house. Now she is outside, now in the street, and lying in wait at every corner. So she caught him and kissed him, and with an impudent face she said unto him, I have peace offerings with me. This day have I paid my vows. Therefore came I forth to meet thee, diligently to seek thy face, and I have found thee. And I have decked my bed with coverings of tapestry, with carved works, and fine linen of Egypt. I have perfumed my bed with myrrh and aloe and cinnamon. Come, let us take our fill of love until the morning. Let us solace ourselves with love. For the good man is not at home. He is gone on a long journey. He has taken a bag of money with him and will come home at the appointed day. With her much fair speech, she caused him to yield. With the flattering of her lips, she forced him. Look at verse 22 very closely. He goeth after her straight away, as an ox, a cow, goeth to the slaughter, or as a fool to the correction of the stocks. Till an arrow, that dart there is an arrow, till an arrow strike through his liver, as a bird hasted to the snare, and knoweth not that it is for his life. Did you see that? Now, I want you to notice in verse 7, it says, it is a young man. He saw many young men through his window, but the only one that fell into trouble was the one that was without understanding. So what caused the young man to fall was not because he was young only. It was because he was young and without understanding. So one of the things we're hoping to do here this morning is to help to have understanding, so that nothing will happen to you like this young man. You see what he said? Have you ever seen where they're killing cows? Has any of you been to the slaughter? Have you seen where they're killing cows? Okay, some of you have not seen where they're killing cows. How about goats? Have you seen where they're killing goats? Okay. What of chicken? Have you seen where they're killing chicken? Have you ever seen a cow that they're taking to go and kill, saying, I'm not going. I don't want to go. You cannot take me there. Have you ever seen? Why? He does not know that he's about to be killed. They just tie a rope and he's used to rope on his neck. He'll just go. He'll tie it and lie down to be looking. It is when they put the rope and tie his 2 legs and 4 legs, then if you start fighting, I want to start them, this is not normal. But by then, it's already done. There's nothing to happen. And that's what the Bible likens this man without understanding. He will be like a cow that they are just going to pay, and an arrow will pierce his heart. Praise God. I want us to look at another scripture, St. Proverbs chapter 31. Chapter 31. Let me look for the particular verse. I'm not sure. Yeah, from verse 1. Yeah. Proverbs chapter 31, verse 1. It says, the words of King Lemuel. King Lemuel is also King Solomon, okay? The prophecy that his mother taught him. What, my son? And what, the son of my womb? And what, the son of my vows? Is verse 3 that I'm going to. It says, give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyed kings. I want to read that same verse from the Message translation. I want you to hear it. It says, O son of mine, from verse 2, what can you be thinking? Child whom I bore, the son I dedicated to God. And this is verse 3 in the Message translation. Don't dissipate your virility on fortune-hunting women, promiscuous women who shipwreck leaders. Don't dissipate your virility. This morning we're talking about sexual purity. Sexual purity. Don't dissipate your virility on that which destroys